slight bit of stage adjustment to do. And while we're doing that, I can't see if Celeste is shouting at me yet. I haven't mentioned merchandising. We have two wonderful opportunities for you this evening. We don't have a break. I didn't know if that was mentioned earlier on. I think I forgot to say it. We're just going to go straight through so you can all get to the buses. And on your way out, on the right-hand side, there's a whole host of wonderful AFO-branded goods that you can use, but you have to buy them first. And on the left-hand side, there's a stall that Margaret Moore, our musical director's mother, has books that she has written, and all the proceeds of the sales tonight go here to AFO, so we are very thankful for that. And I haven't read the book yet, Margaret, I'm sorry. Julie just got it half an hour ago. But it's a wonderful read, I've been told, and I'm looking forward to reading that over the next few days. So ladies and gentlemen, feel free to spend your money and either merchandise or buy Margaret's book. I'm sure you'll enjoy it immensely. Now, I mentioned about stage redressing. We're going to hear something really different, something really special. I'm going to ask Jim Walshingham to make his way on the stage. That was successful. June's going to accompany the cello section, who are going to be led by another of our directors, Ellen Martin, and they're going to be playing a selection of Celtic airs for us. Listen to these this afternoon, absolutely stunning. And I hope you think so too. So can you please welcome to the stage, Ellen Martin. about how we've kept meeting over the last 2 years now via Zoom rehearsals. A strange task as they started, but something we got used to very quickly. And one of the benefits of the Zoom rehearsals was that we always latterly broke into small groups and worked on individual things. And what you heard there with the Celtic Cares is a result of the cello group, and I think it was absolutely wonderful. I hope you agree. Is there anybody here in the audience that this is the first time they've come to a concert here in the Town Hall with the Fiddle Orchestra? Shout out! Yeah? Are you enjoying it? Oh, excellent! Anyone else upstairs? I can't see you. Hello! Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, normally at Christmas, normally that thing we do in December, it's the first time that new players join the orchestra, usually in August, and we work up towards Christmas, and they play for the first time here in the Town Hall. And we've missed that for a couple of years now, and we even missed it there, but this is that festive twist. So I'm going to ask all the young folk on the stage who are playing here in the Town Hall with the orchestra for the first time. Sorry, could you stand up? It's lovely to see them all. Everyone here was a newbie at Christmas, I'm sure. Even Jenny in Victorian times. And it's quite daunting. It's daunting for me standing here. I knew about this yesterday. I knew about the concert before that. I knew I was standing here talking to you yesterday. And didn't actually think of anything to say. Sorry. No, we're going to move on now, ladies and gentlemen. All the orchestra, including all the new faces, the old faces, the happy faces, and the more happy faces. We're going to play a set just now for you, ladies and gentlemen, Made in the Green. Not David, the beloved maestro, it's just beloved maestro. I was a teenager in the 80s, and that's when maestro cars were around. Did anybody have a maestro? Yeah, was it beloved? No. Is that Kevin? Yes, Kevin. They're not beloved. Anybody have a Montego? It was his big brother. Yeah? Was it beloved? No. I believe Montego, the best thing about Montego was its advert. That was the one where the stunt driver drove into the parking space sideways. It was an amazing advert. Done live, I believe, but the car. Anybody have a Metro? Boston Metro, Mini Metro? Yeah? Yeah? We had one of them, didn't we, Julie? Yeah. At the time, current Mrs. Ego and I took our Metro and we're driving along a country road, going somewhere, and the gear stick fell through the floor. And we had to then do the rest of the journey. Julie was the passenger, I think, and she held the gear stick up so it didn't drag along the ground, and then change gear, and then, oh dear, it was awful. We also had to do a 2-mile detour when we left the house in the morning because the Metro couldn't go up the hill that left the village we stayed in. Wonderful car. I liked the car. It had stripes on the bonnet, like it was sporty, and then couldn't get up, I don't know, an average medium hill. Mini Metro, lovely. Anyway, beloved maestro, yes. David and I had put together the concert program, mainly David, because he's the hard-working one, and he chose this next piece, which is a great piece that I hadn't looked at until this afternoon. So the sweat in my brow might be something to do with the heat. It might just be that we're now going to play Scott Skinner's Compliments to Dr. MacDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, Skinner's. but not in the. It's I love it. I love it. I like it even better now that we've got through it. Well done, every single one of you on the stage. Thank you for that. Thank you for helping me through that. Great. Blackthorn Sticks. Now, what was the television programme? Wallace, do you remember? That had the salt tower in it? I can't tell you. It was on BBC Scotland, and they were down here, Newton Shore. And I don't know, have you seen the salt tower down in Newton Shore with the Blackthorn Sticks? You might not know the Blackthorn Sticks. It's a stick tower, and it's used to evaporate the salt water. You get the salt, and you have some wonderful Ayrshire salt. And this morning, we were supposed to be down there with a small group of players, and we were going to be on top of the tower. Sounds as scary as it actually was. Be on top of the tower and play this next set of jigs that we're going to do. It's called the Blackthorn Stick jigs. Unfortunately, due to the isolation of David, some of the players, Ewan, who had organised all this, we weren't able to do that yet. But we have very high hopes in the next month or so we're going to get that chance to play up the top of the Blackthorn Tower. Did you know about this, by the way? Some blank faces. Anyone go vertical? Good. Anyone see the heights? Even better. I'll be at the bottom, going. We're going to have a drone. Going to be over the top of us, taking some pictures. Good friend of the Yorkshire, Brian, is going to be doing that for us. And fingers crossed, the projector will be back in the town hall. And when you come back in the summer concert, we're going to have that up there. And you'll see the footage from the Blackthorn Tower and the orchestra playing on top of it. Excellent. There's no room for them all. So we only the select few. It'll be a random draw. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to play the piece that we were playing on top of that tower that we should have played this morning. It's set jigs, Irish jigs, and it starts with the Blackthorn Sticks. we're going to play is a new piece of the orchestra. This is cross performance. And it's arranged by our beloved musical director David, who I'm very sad can't be with us tonight. He's isolating. Last Saturday, he noticed the light on his dashboard was flashing to say no fuel in his car. So he went to Centuries, as you do, just round from the orchestra rehearsal, filled up his car, went to pay for it, collapsed when he got the bill. Absolutely terrible. Turns out he gets coronavirus. I had that book this morning and I need a louder groan than that. It's actually quite sad that David isn't here to hear and to take this piece because it's a lovely arrangement he did. He heard the tune travelling one Friday evening and immediately in his head he said, I can hear this arrangement already and I hope you enjoy it. It's called Leaving Lornshaw. Sorry, Rory. I forgot to mention the teacher Sylvia on Solo Live.